what if I don't enjoy what's happening in the bedroom, right? So that's
We're here today at the Unstoppable Show to talk about the truth about love, hypocrisy, and intimacy in modern day relationships. Now, we have experts in the field of relationship, yes, coaches, guide us through, and to teach us and probably even start the healing process for some of us. And as such, they're here to just love on us. And all they ask, my people, is that you just be open minded, be open to receive, be open to love. Like me, who kind of put a blockage when it comes to love. I'm open minded. I know I'm going to take action and I'm going to listen to my experts and see what is it they're bringing and what to offer. And I'm going to be receiving, I'm just going to love on them and tell them how much I appreciate them. And I say, you're not going to be alone now. And you're not going to mourn, because after today, you're going to get the way forward. Whether it's further dialogue with them or you just take on action for yourself, you decide. But let's have a blast, and we're off for a great start nonetheless. And our first speaker that we have at hand presently, none other than Lori Ann Davis. She's very much here, patiently waiting, can't wait to just love on us and to just share with us her expertise and to just guide us forward, Just a little bit, Lori. Thank you. A warm Caribbean welcome to the Unstoppable Show, Lori.
thank you. We could use that. It's cold and dreary here today. So
So great to see you, Lori. All right, Lori, you are the author of Unmasking Secrets. That's one of your many books, yes? And you talk about unstoppable relationship and passion, right? But Lori, before we delve into our session, could you quickly tell us a little more about yourself and your mission? Thank you.
sure. Yeah. I started off my journey as a marriage and family therapist for 26 years. The last 9 years, I've been working as a relationship coach, helping singles and couples to find and keep what I call unstoppable love. And I'm just really passionate about helping people to break down whatever barriers they might have to love. I believe that everybody can have great relationships, but we're not taught how. We don't know how to do it. We don't know how to go about doing it. And if we can get that help, we can then create the relationships that we desire. So that's what I'm here to help with.
Definitely so, indeed. If we can get that help, we can create that relationship we so desire. All right. So, as a woman, Lori, we often lose ourselves in trying to keep up in men in society, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you explain to us the feminine energy, and how it balances the masculine energy, so to speak?
Yeah, so I think people get confused sometimes about masculine and feminine energy. Men and women have masculine and feminine energy as part of us. Most women, though, have predominant feminine energy. But when we're in the workday world and we're out working and doing and accomplishing, even if we stay home with children, we're still going and going all day long and doing. So masculine energy, think about it's outward moving, it's action. Feminine energy is it's that time when we relax and we're just calm and we're receptive and we're receiving. It's where intuition and guidance comes in. And in our society, I think a lot of times women spend most of their days in masculine energy. And there's nothing wrong with that while you're at work and you're needing to accomplish things, but we've lost touch with making sure we spend time tapping into that feminine energy. That feminine energy revitalizes us. It helps us to have more energy, to feel better. Like I said, tap into our intuition. Feminine energy is receptive. It's that intuition, it's receiving. And so what happens is when we spend all of our days as women in masculine energy, which many women do, it's exhausting and we're not balancing ourselves. So it's important for us, whether we're in a relationship or not, to take time to relax, to do things, more creative things, to be receptive to enjoying nature and music and art and those sorts of things. And in relationships, it's really important because it's the masculine and the feminine energy that the two polarities that bring the attraction and that draw us together. So as a woman, if we're in a relationship always functioning in this doing masculine energy, our relationships start to come apart. So it's important for us to learn how to tap into that and to allow the guys in our lives to give to us and to be able to receive some of that. Doesn't mean we're not capable, right? We can say, I'm
Right.
capable of doing all of it. But still, in order for them to be happy in a relationship, and in order for us really to get energized and fueled, we need to allow for that give and take, that masculine and feminine. So that's a very brief description of that.
Yes, it is, Laurie. Thank you so much. Because even I have an issue where I think, I don't know, it's difficult for me to receive. I think I must be independent, doing everything by myself and be that go getter. But there's time when you need help and you have to just let go.
Well,
Just
we
have to
think
let
it
go
takes
and let others help.
Yes, we think it takes something away from us when we allow other people to give to us. But really, it doesn't take anything away. It just adds to us and it helps to balance us. And it's sort of, it keeps that natural flow going. It has nothing to do with what we're capable of at all. So we have to change our mindset around it.
Yes. And I see where you said something about advice given. You mentioned
Oh,
something on
yes.
femininity.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember when I first learned this years ago, I went, oh, right? Because, I'm in a field where I'm helpful. So we think that a lot of times we think that advice giving, that's feminine energy, but it's not. Advice giving is masculine energy, right? It's still putting out, it's still action oriented. And so when we're giving our partner advice, it's coming from that masculine energy. When really what we want to do a lot of times is just be that soft space to land and just be there for them, whether it's our partner or our children or our friends. But that feminine energy can just really make them feel loved and actually help them more than the advice that we're trying to give, that a lot of times isn't wanted.
True. A lot of times they don't. I was saying it tends to push them away with it, you know?
It
Probably
feels
just need somebody to
controlling.
listen to.
Yeah, it feels
Yes, yes,
controlling.
indeed.
Mhm.
Laurie, how can somebody get the love they want?
So it has to start with you. You can't receive love if you're not open to receiving love. So this
Yes,
is maybe a little bit where my psychology background comes in, is that we can
yes,
all have triggers and we can have blocks. We can have things, beliefs that we have that we probably aren't even aware of, right? That can stop us from accepting that love. So the first thing is we have to feel solid in ourselves. We have to be we're never going to be perfect. It's always a journey, but we have to be relatively happy with ourselves, solid with our lives, and then feel like we deserve the love that we're asking for. And until we're there, it's not going to come, or we're not going to get it in the form that we really want it. So instead of saying, there's no good guys, there's no good women, there's no whatever, right? If that's your experience, you got to come back to here and you got to look within you and
yes.
say, what blocks do I have? What healing do I need to do? Because when I have the healing and it's done, then those people are going to come to me because they're there. I promise. I talk to them every day, all day.
Indeed, they're there. And we have to mind those blockages that we have, that inner issues. Laurie, how does our relationship affect our physical and mental health? Being that
Mm.
relationship is a main component of survival.
Yeah, there's all kinds of studies that show that people that are in happy relationships live longer, their immune systems are stronger, their hearts are healthier. I mean, all kinds of things around that. So healthy relationships really do help us to be healthier mentally, physically, emotionally. And in the same token, when we're unhappy, it causes dis-ease, and that dis-ease causes disease, right? I mean,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of the things that I do with people is I also do some kind of energy work around breaking through those blocks and those barriers. And there are times when those things can get rid of physical pain. My own story was that was having some problems with my foot, and it had been going on for months and months. And I was trying all these different things. And I was at the beach and I was irritated because walking hurt. And I sat out on the balcony that next morning and I did some of this own kind of work on myself. And by the time I got up a half an hour later, when I finally realized what was causing the pain in my foot, right? It wasn't physical, it was coming from emotions, it was coming from mental things. It quit hurting. I got up, I walked the rest of the trip. This was a year and a half ago. I haven't had a pain in my foot since.
Wow. So you see, it's all in the mind. So we have to be mindful. We have to be mindful of the energies we entertain that have our bodies.
Definitely.
Wow. Laura, thank you so much for that. All right. So what advice would you give to those singles like myself out there who are not in a relationship, not looking that road, and just not having a partner? Do you have any advice for us?
I do. I do. So the first thing is a couple of tiny things. The first one is like we talked about, treat yourself well. Create a life for yourself that you really enjoy, right? Do things that you like. Don't wait till you have a partner. For me, I can say that I probably would never be as happy single as I would be in a relationship. I love being in a relationship, but I'm still capable of being happy by myself. So create that life that you love first. And then quit being so blasted picky about who you bring into your life. Really? It's like, come up with a few qualities that you want to share with a person. And then don't worry about how tall they are, exactly what their job is, exactly whether they have hair or they don't have hair, right? Like all of those superficial things that don't last. Don't be so picky about that. Give some of the really good people a chance, knowing that there's qualities that you want in a person, there's values. And then meet people, get to know them. People judge people on one date, they judge them on the way they look. And so if we could let go of some of that and give people a chance and really connect with somebody's heart, as opposed to everything that's all the superficial things, we would be happier in relationships.
Awesome. Boy, Lori, you hit the nail on the head. Why you had to do me so? All right. Don't be picky.
You
Don't
asked.
be picky.
You asked.
Just enjoy. Thank you, Lori, for that eye opener. For the viewers who are lacking intimacy in their relationship, right? And they want to deepen their passion with their partners, what do you recommend for them now?
Start small and do small little things. We get busy with life and physical intimacy, physical touch, those sorts of things, we tend to put them on the back burner, and we need to bring them to the forefront. We need to make time for those hugs before we leave each other at the end of the day, or when we reunite when we get back home. We need to, instead of the quick little, quick kiss on the cheek, actually give your partner like a bear hug and a nice long kiss. And if you'll start some of those things, flirt with each other. We've got devices, right? We can use our devices to flirt with each other. Make time at the end of the day to snuggle with each other. Like if we would do small little things like that don't take much time, those little things actually help us want to do more. So I always tell people, don't wait till you're in the mood, get started, and then you'll be in the mood, right?
Woo-hoo!
And then your relationship's going to be better.
Awesome, Lori. Yes, make little time for each other and snuggle, cuddle. It's surprising to me, rather, how I see some persons and like the spouse or the husband is here and the wife over there, and you can see the tension. There's no connection. There's no bond. And I'm always concerned about that. And I fear that too.
Right. The other thing I just want to point out is that sometimes we let little things annoy us about our partner, and then we don't want to be close to them. And what we don't realize is that if we would be close more often, those hormones that are created are bonding hormones, and they're feel-good hormones. And then we would look at the other person in a different way. Those little things that annoy you wouldn't annoy you as much when that's what happens in the beginning of relationships. We've got all those hormones going, but we can keep those going through physical touch and physical connection. And when the hormones are there, it's like you put those rose-colored glasses on again and we see the other person. So we're like, well, I'm annoyed with you, so I'm not going to go be intimate. Go be intimate and you'll quit being so annoyed. Like, it works. I've tried it. I promise. Like, It just does, but we do it the opposite way. It's like, no, I have to be madly in love before I'm going to share intimacy with you. Share intimacy and the love, you're going to feel the love more often. I promise. I
Awesome.
promise. I've been married forever. I promise.
Take it from the lady who have been there and are still doing it. Be intimate. Be intimate. Don't let little things nag at you and become bitchy. Be intimate with your partner nonetheless. Awesome, Lori. Is passion first and foremost in a relationship, or can it be developed over time?
Oh, it
Passion.
definitely can be developed. It definitely can. And you can get it back if you've lost it. You know, so many times, one of the things that annoys me the most, that is my pet peeve about singles, is they'll meet somebody and I get it, right? And they'll say, well, there was no chemistry, so I'm not going to see them again. Chemistry is a chemical reaction that you have no control over. I've done lots of research on it. The last book I wrote, there was a whole chapter about the chemistry of love. It's just a chemical reaction that we can't control. It has zero. It doesn't mean anything about whether that person could be a good partner for you over the long haul. So don't worry about instant chemistry. Look for those values, those core things that you need to connect with. Get to know the person. As you know them and you start to become emotionally attached, that chemistry can kick in and be there. And that's the kind of chemistry in love that's going to last. The kind that's the instant. Now, I'm not saying that if there's instant chemistry, there isn't potential, because there might be, right? But if you don't have the other, it's going to burn out quickly. So how many people that are listening have ever been in a relationship where there was instant chemistry and then it was a train wreck, right? Most people raise their hand and go, oh yeah, I've had one of those in my life, right?
Yeah.
So don't judge it on chemistry. Chemistry can develop as we start to have feelings for somebody. And honestly, as we become more intimate with them, sometimes chemistry doesn't kick in until we become intimate with somebody. And we're not doing that. Well, most of us aren't doing that on the first date, right?
Right. That's true. That's true. So it's something that we can develop and grow with over
Yes.
time. Awesome. So like me, who fear the lack of intimacy in the relationship. So I cannot delve in and just give it a chance. Yes. Thank you, Lori. Lori, what is a romantic stage in relationship and how long does it last?
So the romantic stage is that stage where you first meet somebody, you like each other, the hormones get going, right? And that stage, yeah, and you've got rose-colored glasses on, right? Like the person can do no wrong, or if they do wrong, we're like, oh, that's not a big deal, which is why we also have to engage our head, because eventually that wears off. And it can be anywhere from 6 months to 2 years before it kind of starts to gradually wear off. And then we wake up and go, oh, who is this person? So I always tell people you need to balance your heart and your head. I did that the opposite, but it's early. But you know what I mean. We've got to balance our heart and our head when we're dating, because if we're just using our heart and those chemical feelings, when they wear off, we go, oh shit, like really, like what did I do? Who am I with? Because then we start to see all the flaws. So we need to balance that with our head and make sure that the person does have those characteristics that we need in common for a long-term relationship to last.
Awesome. Balance it, and don't be scared that you wake up one morning, who is this? Decide. All right. What are some of the things to do to maintain this romantic stage in our life? Like, for instance, I heard you mention in one of your podcasts about the 10-second kiss. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, there's actually research done that if you kiss somebody for 10 seconds, so instead of the quick little, we're passing each other as we go to work and we go, mwah, right? Like actually stop. Everybody can have 10 seconds, right? Seriously, brush your teeth less. I don't know. But you can have that 10-second kiss actually gets those hormones going. And so if you did that in the morning, now you're walking off with those feel-good hormones, those bonding hormones. And then if you sent at lunch or something, a flirty little text to your partner, or on the way home, you said something about, I can't wait to see you, that's how we keep that passion going. And we keep that bonding feeling going between the two of us. And it's little things. It's showing appreciation. It's saying thank you. It's being nice. It's, all of those things that are small, easy to do, but we forget to do them. We do them with friends, but we don't always do them in our own home. Those are the things that actually keep relationships alive and healthy and feeling good to us.
To spend time kissing, like really savoring that kiss and building that passion. You know, start
Yeah.
off the day great with your partner.
For don't give up. When you were first together, we spend lots of time. If we're in high school, we called it making out. But, when we're adults, I don't know what we call it. I still think of that's what it is. But, we spend that time with each other and we enjoy that. Then we get into a relationship, and as time goes on, we quit doing those things. We need to keep doing those things, and
Yes.
so that we keep the relationship strong, but also it feels good to us, right? It's pleasurable, it's enjoyable. And if we'll just get our mind out of it and quit analyzing why we don't have time, or we too tired, or we don't want to do it, and we just do it, we're going to go, oh yeah, I'm glad I did that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. That's what we aspire for in a relationship. Just to be
Hmm.
happy and to be glad that you take some of these little steps, to
Yes.
get the passion going. All right. Do you think people are more productive in the day because of that kiss?
Yes, there's actually research that has shown, I heard this on the radio on my drive-in one day years ago, that there's actually research that shows, especially for men, but I have to believe this research was done on men, but I imagine that it would be the same. I don't see why it wouldn't be the same for women. That when we are happy in our relationships, when we feel loved, when we're flirted with, when we feel, we've got those hormones, whatever, we're more confident, and we're more productive. The study said that men earn more money when they are flirted with and they feel loved at home. And I can't imagine that it would be any different for women. Again, we're walking into work feeling confident, feeling happy. We've got a
Yes.
smile on our face. We're going to be more productive. We're going to earn more. We're going to be happier with our day, and our immune systems are going to be stronger. And we live in a time right now when we all need stronger immune systems, right? So anger, fear, all of those kind of things deplete our immune system. But love and happiness and those bonding hormones, they all support our immune systems. So if for nothing else, right, let's do it for our immune systems right now. Those are important.
Yes, because we need that. We need that stronger now than ever. All
We'd
right.
like to get out
So
of our
I
houses
guess
at
that
some point.
some point, yes. So this keeps energize us, and it keeps the energy high. So indeed, you're more productive because it's like you're floating in thin air. So you'll be a go-getter and go get that goal. All right, Lori, for those having trouble in the bedroom sexually, do you think that these flirty texts and so on that we do as teenagers and long kisses, will it assist there?
Yes, it definitely will. Because again, when we start to get the hormones flowing, then everything else feels better. We're more in the mood. And so our sex lives are going to be better. So what I always tell people is if it's a mental thing why you're not having more physical contact with your partner, then you got to work on the mental. And you have to put the mental aside sometimes and just get started. But then I've worked with people for 35 years now. So sometimes people will say, well, what if I don't enjoy what's happening in the bedroom, right? So that's where,
Yeah.
as women, we have to do some research, some exploring, some talking, figure out so there's two areas for that I want to cover. One is you can help yourself to be more in the mood, which then whatever comes after that is going to be more pleasurable. So some things as simple as, taking a hot bath or a shower, putting on lotion that smells good to you, for you. So doing things to calm down, to get back in touch with your body. Those things will help sort of set the mood. Put on candles, music. It doesn't matter if your partner cares about that. Do it for you, right?
Yes.
Dress a certain way if that helps you, like whatever makes you feel more in the mood. And then talk to your partner. So if you don't like something that's happening, share with them what you might like. Talk to them about, instead of saying, I don't like this, because I had one client one
Mm.
time who said, but I've been pretending that I like that forever, and I don't like the way my husband kisses me and I don't want to hurt his feelings. And I said, okay, get it. So here's what you can do. You can say to them, I've been thinking about something and I'd like to try something. What if we kissed this way? I just want to see what that would be like. No guy is going to go, no, we can't do that. right? Like he's going to go, sure. I said, and then take the initiative of either telling them what you want or doing some things yourself in a different way. And then afterwards, if you like that, go, wow, who would have known? That's so much better than what we've been doing. Can we do that more? And the husband's not going to say no. He's going to
Oh
go,
no.
because he wants you to be happy, right? He usually, I mean, if the person's connected to you and you have a good relationship, if they're a narcissist or something, that's a whole different story. But if they are, so we have to take some responsibility. I know that it can be hard I can talk to clients all day about their love life. I don't like talking about my own. I mean, I really don't, but we have to be brave. We have to let somebody know. We have to maybe by ourselves figure out what we like, right? It's okay to do some exploring yourself. So this is definitely PG. Do some exploring yourself. What turns you on? I don't like to be touched this way. Oh, I like to be touched this way. And then let your partner know. Again, they want you to be happy. You're going to want to do this more often. So take some responsibility yourself. Get some help if you need to. But yeah, work on it. Don't just be unsatisfied and leave it that way.
Yes, be open. Come, men have a tendency. I mean, everybody love when their partner is relaxed and open. So it's only fair for them to talk. If you have an issue, talk to him in that moment, and let him know and explore. As I say, very powerful words, Lori. Powerful words. How detrimental is saying no to sex in the bedroom to one's relationship?
People think, oh, I'm just not in the mood, so I'm going to say no. But here's what happens. Men and women are very different. We just are designed different. It's not going to change. You might as well accept it and learn to work with it because it's not going to, I mean, there's variations in personalities, but so we're being general. But in general terms, women want to feel emotionally connected in order to feel physically connected. But then when we are physically connected, we get all the benefits of all those hormones that we've talked about. Men, on the other hand, in order to feel emotionally close, they do that through physical connection. And part of that is through sex. So when we're in a relationship and we keep telling our partner no, we're not just telling them no to sex. We're saying no to an emotional connection. Then they start pulling away. We feel less emotionally connected. And what happens is the chasm just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So when
Yeah.
we say no to them, we're being disrespectful. I know that that's not what we mean, but we're saying to them, I don't care about you. I'm not connected to you. And they start to feel like, and then they're going to quit asking. Men don't continue to do something if they're not successful. So if we continue to say no, they're just going to keep pulling away from us in every way. And
That's
eventually they they either just decide that's how the relationship's going to be and we have a lousy relationship forever, or they walk out the door, and they're gone, and it's too late to bring it back. So it really does mean more than I think we realize it. We need that connection between couples to keep relationships strong. And if you need some help figuring all of that out to get it back, then get the help to do it. But when I work with couples, one of the first things I tell them is we're not going to wait until we've worked through things to have connections. You need to start the connections now. So start having some fun, start a date night, start doing things, because those connections and those feel good times together help everything else to work out better. So it really is a good place to start.
awesome. Because when we tell them no like that, we're basically pushing them elsewhere. We are pushing them into the arms of somebody who's going to say yes, and then we blame them for cheating. But we are the ones that keep saying no, and giving them that arm's length. So we have to know when to compromise. Awesome. What advice would you give men on making their relationship work and understanding women better?
Yeah, so understanding that for women, um, emotional connection is really important. And ladies, you can help your guy to understand this. I would be in the mood more if, I got to go take a shower while you put the kids to bed, or I got to go take a hot bath and relax and get in the mood while you did the dishes, right? I mean, it's not, we're not doing it in a way where we're trying to coerce anybody or trying to manipulate. We're just working together, right? So for guys, realizing that telling our wives that, or your girlfriend or whoever, that they look nice, doing thoughtful things for them, reaching out and letting them know that you appreciate them, putting gas in their car. I mean, it can be all kinds of things. I have a meme that I did years ago, and every now and then I'll post it on Facebook again that says, guys, vacuuming really is sexy. I mean, or something
Yeah,
like that.
I saw it.
I mean, it really is. It's like, oh, look, he's doing things for me. And of course, we all have different love languages. So kind of figuring out what's important to your partner. But for men, realizing that emotional connection, spending time with women, doing something, letting them know you appreciate them, that you love them, that you would choose them again. Those kind of things are really important to women. And I actually wrote a book just for men, giving them tons of ideas on how to do some of those kinds of things as well. So.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura. What advice would you give those going into a new relationship?
Um, be honest with each other. Sometimes in a relationship, we always want to put our best foot forward, but don't pretend to be somebody that you're not. I see that a lot, and I hear that a lot. Be who you are, be true to your values, be true to the things that are really important to you, and share that. And if they don't match in the beginning of the relationship, that's okay. You'd rather go your own separate way than to try to be somebody you're not for the other person, and eventually it comes out, and then you're going to break up the relationship anyway. So treat the other person well, let them know what you appreciate, let them know what they're doing right, and be true to yourself. Be who you are so that you're really connecting on a deeper level with the other person.
Awesome. Be true to yourself. Any other advice you want to give us before you offer anything in terms of relationship and intimacy? Just a general advice from your
Yeah.
experience.
So, relationships are where we learn and grow. That's what they're designed for. They're really, believe it or not designed to be a walk in the park every single day and perfect. We draw people into our lives and we have opportunities to grow through those relationships. So if you're feeling upset, if you're feeling triggered, if you've got feelings that aren't good ones, instead of blaming the other person necessarily, come back to yourself and say, what's going on with me? What am I being triggered? How can I grow from this experience? Doesn't mean you might not need to negotiate something with them in the relationship, but come back to yourself first. And again, if you need help, get some help with that. But the more we grow as people, the more we can come back and heal our own wounds and do our own inner work, the better our relationships are going to be.
Awesome. Power words. All right. So heal your own self. Look into yourself. See if there's any issue. All right. If you need help, seek it. Lori said, stop being bitchy and nagging, pushing your partner away. Snuggle more, 10-second kiss won't take a lot out of you. Get those hormones going. All right. Energetic throughout the day. You'll be more productive. Some of us slouchy. Probably we need to try the kissing method. It just work. Right? Help yourself to be in the mood. Yeah. If you have issue in the bedroom, put on perfume. Take time in the shower, the bath. Set the mood and the candle. Talk to your partner. Communicate. Communication is a must. It's a key. And speaking to him one way, I know there won't be any problem. Just don't belittle your men, or you men don't belittle your woman or your spouses or your partner or whomever in public, because sometimes we lash out at them and say things to belittle their manhood or womanhood or whatever. And it's not right. And it's a thing that I really hate among persons who are supposed to be in a relationship or supposed to be married. Be careful of the things you say to each other publicly, in front of the kids or whomever, jokingly or not. Be mindful, and gentlemen, assist your partner. Vacuum in, as Laura mentioned. Can be quite sexy, to us, especially with the shirt off, and add a little mood to it. So assist your partner. Have that connection going. Be honest. Those going into the relationship, be honest. Be you. A lot of pretenses out there. A lot of people are out there pretending. And it's not fair for the partner who think you're genuine. But how long can we pretend for? Lori, how long can we pretend for? There's a time when the truth you will come out, right?
Yes,
and then
definitely.
what? Then what? So just be genuine, be authentic, and be honest. Powerful words. Thank you, Lori. Thank you so much. Is there anything you like to offer? Is there anything? Yeah.
So if you go to my website, it's Lori, and my middle name is Ann, but Lori Ann Davis. You can see all my social links. I've got blogs I've been writing for years. There's lots of information on there. So go to the website, and there's lots of free information, and there's also a link to sign up for my web or my newsletter if you want. There's a free gift attached to that when you do. So, would love to just see if I can give you some other. Oh, okay, you just put it up there. Thank you. Would love for you to just see what you can't get. Yeah.
All right. So Lori's information is connect with her. If you think you resonate with Lorianne, connect with her. She won't say no, believe me. She's a pro at the game and she welcomes you with open arms. All right. And what better way to start, your love life healing process for some of us who are heartbroken for years and think that we have healed, but are we really healed? These are some of the things that we have to look into. And be sure to become the best version of yourself by being the unstoppable you, by starting the process that needed for you to set your path on your journey and proceed forward in life, fulfilling your destiny, fulfilling your purpose. Lori, thank you so much. God bless you. Have a great day.
You too.
All right.